My dentist accidentally showed me my husband's x-rays instead of mine, revealing he'd been hiding a terminal diagnosis for 8 months. The hygienist apologized for the mix-up, but I'd already seen them hen masses in the jaw metastatic markers typed across the screen. Side 4, the timestamp showed these x-rays were from last January. It was September. I stared at the screen, my routine cleaning forgotten. Dr. Martinis rushed in, frantically clicking away the images, but I'd memorized every detail, the treatment notes, the prognosis 6 to 12 months. It had said David and I shared everything. Seen dentist, seen Dr. Sand passwords on our phones. 30 years of marriage built on absolute honesty. For so I'd believed. I drove home in a trance, wound David in his workshop building another birdhouse. He'd made dozens lately. I'd thought it was a new hobby. Now I saw it differently. Ketula projects, things to leave behind. Everything clicked horribly into place. His sudden interest in organizing finances. The surprise second honeymoon to Paris. The way he'd started recording videos for future grand kips. The life insurance policy he'd maxed out without discussion. I searched our bedroom while he worked outside, round the hidden folder in his desk. Medical reports, treatment schedules he'd attended alone. Prescriptions for pain. I didn't know he had a journal documenting 8 months of dying while pretending to live. The final entry destroyed me. Sarah's birthday next month, need to make it special. Prove I'm my last one with her. She can't know. She'll want to quit her job, stop living just to watch me die. I won't let my death kill her twice. He'd been going to chemotherapy during his supposed golf games, support group meetings instead of poker nights, sneaking medication in the middle of the night, fighting cancer alone to spare me the fight. When I confronted him, he crumbled not from fear of death but from failing to protect me from it. He planned to hide it until the very end, maybe claim a sudden heart attack, anything to spare me months of watching him fade. His reasoning was heartbreaking. My mother had died of cancer when I was 12. I'd watched her shrink away over 2 years. He'd promised at her funeral that I'd never go through that again. He was keeping that promise the only way he knew how. The doctors confirmed what I'd seen, maybe 3 months left. The treatment had failed. The cancer had spread everywhere. He'd known for weeks but kept showing up to life like nothing was wrong. I wanted to be angry, to rage about the stolen time, the choices made without me. Instead, I felt only grief for the man who loved me enough to die alone rather than let me watch. We spent his last 2 months differently than he'd planned. No pretending, no hiding. Just truth even when it hurt. He taught me to make his mother's sauce. I helped him finish 43 birdhouses. We recorded hundreds of videos, real ones where he looked sick but smiled anyway. He died on a Tuesday, held my hand and apologized one last time for the secret. I forgave him. How could I not? He'd turned dying into one last act of protection. I found more journals after years of small lies meant to spare me dental procedures. He'd minimized test results. He'd hidden a man so determined to be my shelter that he'd weathered every storm alone. The birdhouses hang all over our yard now. 43 small monuments to a man who thought suffering in silence was love. He was wrong. Love is suffering together. But I understand why he couldn't see that. Sometimes protection is its own kind of harm. Sometimes the most loving thing isn't shielding someone from pain, but trusting them to share it.